So, good morning, my dear students. Today, I would like to discuss the remaining parts of what I was discussing yesterday. First, I would like to discuss decision making and the aspects related to decision making. We have so far discussed thinking, different types of thinking, and reasoning. And we have told that reasoning is a type of thinking. Now, I would like to discuss decision making. And decision making is also a result of thinking. It's a cognitive function just like thinking. Let me define decision making. Decision making is a cognitive function of selecting the correct option from the available choices, beliefs, or patterns of action. Let me repeat. Decision making is a cognitive function of selecting the correct option from the available choices, beliefs, or patterns of action. Again, thinking happens there. We have got different options before us, different alternatives, and we have to select the correct one, the suitable one, which is apt for the situation. So it's something important. If there are lots of choices before us, lots of options before us, we should select the correct one. We should select the most suitable for us. So it's a cognitive function of selecting the apt and suitable option from the available choices. And there are different factors which help effective decision making. So when we decide something, it should be correct, it should be accurate, and there should not be any sort of opportunity or chance for a sadness after selecting the option. So when we make some decision, we should be careful. We should be alert. So we should think in a deeper manner before taking a decision, any sort of decision. So there are different factors which help us in effective decision making. The first factor is correct sensation and perception. When our sense organs contact with some object, it should be correct contact. When we look at something, we should look at it with complete concentration. Then only there will be correct perception. I have told you that perception occurs after sensation. For example, when we see a man, if we are going by a train and a person is sitting just opposite to us, and we feel that we would make a conversation with the person, but before that we should know the nature of the person. So we should look at the person. We should look at means we should observe each and every movement made by that person. So our sensation should be correct. Then after the sensation, we should have a very good perception. Looking at the person, we should be able to interpret the nature of the person. Because we are going to take a decision whether we have to start a conversation with the person or not. Before that, we should know the nature of the person. For that, our sensation and perception should be correct, accurate. And if we look at the person, and if we see that he is not looking at our eyes, even if we are looking at his eyes for 15 or 20 minutes, he is not looking at our eyes, then we should interpret that, we should perceive that he is not interested in a communication with us. So this is correct perception. So we should decide that we should not start communication with the person. So for taking a correct decision, effective decision, or for effective decision making, we should have correct sensation and perception. Now the second factor is creative and critical thinking. When we are going to take a decision, if we want to make the decision something effective, something exclusive, something better, we should have the capacity for creative and critical thinking. For example, as a teacher, sometimes you may have to make your classroom more interesting. So you have to take some decisions. You have to select some methods for teaching in your classroom. So maybe different methods there, and you have to select the apt one. That's the sort of decision making. Then if you have got some creative thinking, if you have got the ability to think in a different manner, in an exclusive manner, then I think you can select something innovative, some methods which have not been used by any other teacher in your campus. Then it will be more effective. So if there is creative thinking, then decision making will be effective. And similarly, we should have critical thinking capacity. Because when we take a decision, we should foresee the criticisms. We should foresee the after effect of that decision. We should be able to judge. So we should look at the options with a critical mind. If we have got different options before us, and we should look at each and every decision, we should think about each and every decision in a critical manner. Whether I select this option, will there be any sort of criticisms from my co-teachers, my headmaster, my principal, my management, the members of the administrative committee? So we should think critically before taking a decision. So this capacity of creative thinking and critical thinking will definitely help us in taking some effective and useful decisions. Then another factor which will help us in effective decision making is accurate reasoning. Yesterday I told that reasoning is reaching some conclusion after comparing and contrasting different aspects of different things. And here we should be able to reach some conclusion. We should be able to make use of our reasoning power. We should be able to analyze each and every aspect of different options. We should be able to compare and contrast different options which are before us before selecting the correct one. So reasoning is something important. So For example, the same example we can take here. We are going by the train. The man is sitting just opposite to us. And we look at the person and we just smile to the person and we just ask, what's your good name, please? Then he tells his name. Then we just ask, what are you doing, sir? May I know what you are doing, if you don't mind, sir? Then he tells, I am a teacher. Then you should make use of your reasoning power. So you can just think, just make use of your reasoning power. So you think that all the teachers are interested in talking about some academic matters. So this person is a teacher, so he must be interested in talking some academic matters. So I would start a conversation by talking about some academic matters. You are taking the decision. So this reasoning power should be there. If you have got such a great reasoning power, if you have got the ability to compare and contrast, if you have got the ability to analyze, by making use of your reasoning power, you can take some accurate decisions. So this accurate reasoning is another factor which would help you in taking some decisions. Then the fourth one is accurate emotional control. It's something important. When we take some decision, we should keep some objectivity in our mind. We should control our emotions. And most of the time, the political leaders are not able to control their emotions and they are taking some decisions. And after the decisions, they are criticized by all the people. This is because they haven't got the power of controlling their emotions. But some political leaders are able to control their emotions, so they are not subjected. They are never subjected to any sort of. They're never subjected to any sort of controversies. They are never subjected to, or they are never brought to any sort of controversy. So we should have some emotional control. We should be able to control our emotions. It's a factor behind effective decision making. Then another thing is accurate intuition. Accurate intuition. And this comes as a part of, I think, concentration or something called meditation. Sometimes there are a number of options, and sometimes we may not be able to take decision. We will be confused. We will be in a dilemma. And if such a problem is there, I think that sometimes if we just close our eyes and if we just think, then sometimes we will be getting some accurate decisions from our inner heart, from our intuitive mind. So if you have got some accurate intuition, then sometimes we will be able to take some correct decisions. And another factor behind effective decision making is previous experiences. I have heard a proverb in Malayalam which tells that no person should be bited by the snake from the same cave. So we should learn lessons from our previous decisions, and we should not repeat. We should not repeat the errors which we made during our previous decisions. So previous experiences will be helping us in effective decision making. So these are some factors which would help us in effective decision making. So keep these points in your mind when you are going to take some decisions, especially some decisions which will be making some turning point in your life. And this is something about decision making and the factors behind effective decision making. Thank you.